Last night's AMC Screen Unseen was Slanted. Does the social conscious body horror image film give a new angle on that genre? I'll let you know my thoughts up next. Mark at the movies. Well, last night the AMC Screen Unseen was Bleecker Streets Slanted, which is directed and written by Amy Wang. And this is, think about a cross of Mean Girls and The Substance with a little bit of Parasite thrown in there for good measure. I would say a good 65% is Mean Girls, 30% is, or even less, is The Substance, and then you got that 5% of Parasite. Mostly because I think the big rich house that is shown in the movie is the exact same house from Parasite, or it looks a whole heck of a lot like it. So what is this movie about? This movie is about a Chinese American girl whose parents are first are immigrants, 10 years in the country. Her dream is to become the prom queen, but of course you can't in this movie unless you're white. So she goes into an experimental surgery to become white. And man, this movie, I was uncomfortable in spots. They have this, well, not really a spoiler, but spoiler. When she gets the surgery to become white, there is a karaoke song that is shown and played that is, "It's good to be white. It's good." It's crazy, man. So, is this movie good? There are some really interesting spots in this. I don't want to be too harsh on it, clearly. This has a lot of personal affectation to it, with Amy Wang being the director and writer of it. But here's what's great about it. The acting is pretty good. The main character in it, Shirley Chen, when she plays the Chinese portion of it, man, she is so good in this. She plays the lead character, Joan Huang, and she's excellent in this film. You have, then, of course, the most recognizable piece of it is McKenna Grace, probably, and she plays the transformed person. And McKenna Grace is interesting. I've seen her in a whole bunch of stuff now, and she's really good with all the fragile stuff, with all the gentle stuff. And I wonder if she's a fragile person in real life, just speculating. Because when the confident stuff, when the bombastic stuff comes around in every single one of her pieces, she fails to perform. And I wonder if that's going to keep her from becoming a real star, because she is very charismatic when the fragile stuff comes up. I think the best part of this is when the family is all together, the immigrant family that's all together. Whether you have the mom, who is a very, very traditional mother who wants her daughter, of course, to be very traditional, played by Vivian Wu, who's very, very good in this. Then you also have the dad in here. His name is, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Fong Du. He's really good in this, and it's kind of the silly, goofy dad, but also who has some traditional values, who is a janitor, who really supports his daughter. So you have that kind of a dynamic, and then the daughter who really, really wants to be the prom queen. And it launches into mostly a Mean Girls ripoff, if I'm being honest. Much of the runtime is a gentler and not as dark comedy ripoff. I think probably the best pieces of this is the dark satire with the company. It's called Ethnos. Yeah, and the doctor who changes you into white. It's good to be white is the catchphrase in here, and and the director does a really good job with the dark comedy. I'm not sure if she does enough with the uncomfortability. If you're looking for a body horror film, this is not a body horror film in any way. It's advertised that way. This film is much more of a dark comedy. The only real body horror in this is in the last 45 seconds of the film, literally. All the other stuff could be classified as horror, but now it's waiting for body horror and waiting for body horror. There's nothing even sort of gross in this until the first 50 minutes of the film. Best pieces of the film are some of the dark satire, the family dynamic with the immigrant piece of it, and the main character trying to figure out her identity is really good. But the director doesn't go far enough. If you really want this to land, you really need to go harder with the dark comedy. You really need to go harder with the dark tones, with the I would have suggested her to go way over the top. I was expecting once the main character turns into the McKenna Grace character that she would have become much more confident. There needed to be a section where she was extremely confident in this. And then the body horror should have been much more body horror. But was this a good film for what it is and the small film that's going to make a couple $1,000,000? Yeah, it was fine. And you can't harm a new filmmaker or a filmmaker from making a piece from the heart. I'm going to give this 3 stars. It was enjoyable enough. There were some neat pieces about it. I certainly chuckled a lot, maybe ironically more than anything else. But I enjoyed this. I would suggest it. Go to the movies and see it. Well, what about you? Are you going to see Slanted? Do you like body horror films? Do you like satire? Let's talk about movies. Let's continue to go to the movies at Mark at the Movies.